Hi, so you're watching Aorus. You're looking at the latest gaming laptop from Aorus. This is called the X7. This is the world's first, thinnest, and lightest gaming laptop with SLI. That's really important. I have to emphasize that. SLI basically means we have two graphics cards in this machine. So let me just talk about the laptop itself. You can see the body here right now. It's 100% aluminum, all the way from the lid to the bezel, and then to the body, and even the back right over here. So this is what makes this machine look really cool and really nice. I mean, it feels amazing in your hands. It's only 2.9 kilograms, which is pretty light for a 17-inch laptop, and it's really thin. It's only 22.9 millimeters. So to get dual graphics SLI in this form factor is an amazing feat. And in fact, this is, like I said, this is the world's first ever to have this. There's nothing like it in the industry or in the world at the moment. So this is the screen. This is a 17.3-inch TN panel. Now, what's amazing about this, it's not just any TN panel. This has actually got a special 300 nits brightness on it. It's also got a fast response rate of 8 milliseconds, and it's got a 72% NTSC color gamut. So when you're looking at games or Photoshop or photos on the screen, it will pop out, and it's going to look really great. In addition to that, it's also a matte screen, so it's not too reflective. And we're going to talk about the next. I'm going to show you is the keyboard layout. As you can see here, it's all backlit here, and on the left over here, you can see a G section. So you're probably wondering what that is. This is actually the macro keys that we have special to this laptop. Now, this is a scissor switch keyboard. I'm going to place this down now, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So this G section actually has 5 color-coded profiles you can set up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the 5th one. All you have to do is there's a macro hub on the desktop. When you enter the macro hub, it basically gives gamers or enthusiasts the option of choosing what you'd like to have as that's under that key. So for example, right now it's all empty. We also have set some basic shortcuts for you if there's no macros you'd like to use. Or under macros, once you hit macros, and then you reach here, you can see macro number 1. You can make edits to it, so you can record whatever you'd like. You can have a keyboard, you can have a pointer, you can have a keyboard, mouse, and pointer together. Combination of all 3 things. You can see that there is no delay time. You can actually have it to be at a certain time. When you hit the key, you can have it delayed and then have a delayed reaction to it. Also, you can also execute it once, or you can have it loop. And that is what makes this macro hub really interesting. If you'd like, you can actually customize it. Not just the macro, but even the logos on this. You can actually change the design here, logos on it. You can actually even have your own customized logo on it. So if you had your own color, photo, or whatever you like, you can actually put that up. You can also export or import macros so you can share with your friends. And that would be something that we really look forward to having that. So we can have a community of macro users sharing and exporting and importing macro hubs specifically for the Aorus X7. In addition to that, we also have something called the command and control, or the CNC, or C2 if you like. Now, I'd like to just highlight 3 important features on this thing here. Most of the thing is just short, quick, one-click basic shortcuts to most basic things. But this one here, right here, this is actually the lock win key. So if you're gaming and you actually accidentally hit the Windows key, it's not going to jump to desktop. It's not going to jump to out of your game. And this is fantastic for most gamers. The other thing is, of course, the fan tweak. You can have 3 different settings of fans. You can have it at turbo. And once you hit turbo, you can hear the fan kicking in and making sure that your gaming laptop stays pretty cool. So right now we'll just go back to stealth and keep it cool and quiet. In addition, we also have a quick switch to an Nvidia control panel. Basically, what that does is it just gives you, let's say you're gaming on power, on battery. So you basically turn that on, and now you have SLI. You can actually choose to turn it off. You can configure your SLI how you'd like it. You can also configure physics or surround, and these are all the settings of Nvidia. And that just makes it much easier to use your powerful laptop on just one single graphics card. Now, when we look at storage, we're talking about this laptop actually. Technically speaking, it actually fits 512 mSATA SSDs, in RAID 0 configuration. However, we will not be providing those. We will be actually providing 256 mSATA SSDs in RAID 0 configuration if you'd like, and an additional 1 terabyte mechanical drive, 2.5 inches. So there's a lot of storage space on this laptop. Speaking about RAM, it actually has 4 slots for memory. So you're looking up to 32 gigs of RAM on this machine. So if you like to upgrade it to 32 gigs, you're more than welcome to make sure that you can run all your programs on it. As you might have seen me playing around with the keyboard, right next to the keyboard you can see the mouse, the touchpad right over here. And it's actually made out of glass, so it actually feels really nice and cool. And it's like touching a smartphone in a way. That's because that's what we're all used to now. So smartphone, tablet kind of feeling. And it actually is very, response rate is fantastic. It's really responsive. And I mean, there are no complaints about it so far. Everybody loves it. And that is something we have added to this laptop. In addition to this, I would like to show you all the ports right now. Let me just show you a quick information about the ports. So you can see here, this is actually Ethernet. This is Killer LAN. Killer LAN actually makes sure that there is a 0 packet data loss. And then we have a HDMI port here. There's a VGA port just in case for, you never know. So never say never, right? You never know when you're going to use it. There's a USB 3.0, a microphone, an audio and a microphone jack. And on the other side, you can see over here, this is a smart card reader, 2 USB 3.0s, another HDMI, so that's the second HDMI, and this is a mini display port. Now, at the back, there are 2 USB 3.0s, and that's the power supply. So you might have noticed the vents over here. Now, these are the vents. Yes, they actually host a fan over here in the bottom. And then the vents over here actually control the fan, the heat dissipation from this machine. In addition to these vents, these are not the only vents here. They're also over at the side. So we make sure that we have 2 vents, making sure that the heat is dissipating from this laptop as quickly as possible. So as we were talking about thermal design, what's unique about this laptop is that most laptops come with 2 heat pipes or a single heat pipe. For this X7, what we have installed, we've put in 5 heat pipes, and this is how we keep it cool, and this is the thermal design. As I was talking about the earlier vents over here, you can see how the air actually is being pushed out by these dual fans, and the air is being pushed out to the back and to the side, and that's how we get the thermal design. In addition, we're also making sure that this is a gaming laptop, so we definitely need 802.802.11ac now. This is very important to make sure we have, I guess in a way people call this the 5G Wi-Fi. So it's important to have fast internet if you're going to be gaming on the LAN. I did also mention to you earlier about the Killer LAN. So this is, again, the Killer LAN gives you 0 data loss. So this is fantastic for most gamers. They really need this stuff. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is that the keyboard is actually anti-ghost, and we've actually tested this with a lot of popular gaming titles out there, and we have confirmed that this is an anti-ghost key. The next thing I'm going to show you here is the Nvidia 3D Vision Surround. Now, basically what you have here is a 3 monitor setup, and our Aorus X7 laptop powering these 3 monitors to give you a surreal experience of gaming. And we're going to show you a demo right over here on the left. As you can see here, we're running Batman Arkham Origins. This is from the Aorus X7 laptop. That is a 3 monitor setup. This is possible through this Nvidia GTX SLI cards because we have 2 HDMI cables and a mini display port connected to each of the monitor. And this is what it looks like. It is just an amazing experience. So right now what you're seeing is actually the Aorus X7 is actually having an output. This is a game. This is Splinter Cell, the latest one. This is outputting on 4K. And this is what gameplay looks like on 4K with the Aorus X7. I mean, the details on this is just excellent. And it feels amazing to be playing this. Probably this is the only time I'll actually get to play on a 4K, so I should probably take, this opportunity to play for as long as I can at CES. So I hope you can see all this textures and details on the screen. I mean, it's just amazing how it looks. You kind of feel like you don't really want to stop playing at all, and that's how we feel. And thanks for watching so much. We hope that the availability of this laptop will be sometime by March. It should be available on the shelf in certain countries. We're looking at the US, Europe, we're looking at Germany, UK, and France. It should also be available in Taiwan, Korea, and China. And lastly, of course, Australia as well. So these are the few countries, and the price we're looking at is anywhere between $2,099 to $2,799, depending on configuration. And thank you so much for watching. This is the Aorus X7 gaming laptop, the world's first thinnest and lightest SLI gaming laptop.